here. CJ, our first question will be from Adam Jardy from the Columbus Dispatch.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that. Hey, CJ, you guys are up 68-64, and then everything, you missed your final 10 shots. Offensively, what were you trying to get, and did that match up with what you got?
We was trying to play through the paint, be aggressive, try to create fouls. I think we were in a 1-and-1 from the 10-minute mark in the second half all the way down. So we were just trying to get to the paint, create some foul trouble, get to the free throw line, just be aggressive. We just missed some tough shots towards the end. I feel like we just needed better poise going into the end of that stretch. But other than that, I feel like we got good looks. We just got to make them towards the end. We just got to finish games better.
And you midway through the second half, looked like you and Dwayne had a little bit of a disagreement on the court. You're pointing at each other after the game. He couldn't seem to look at anybody. He was standing away from you. Did you guys have any conversations about maybe his shots down the stretch or what he was feeling?
It was just more on the defensive end, just communication and things like that. We weren't arguing or anything like that. Me and Dwayne are really close, so we know how to talk to each other throughout a game. So it wasn't like an argument or anything. We were just talking about on the defensive end what we needed to do to get stops, in order to win the game. It just was kind of intense in the moment.
Okay, Stephen Means, you still have a question? I saw your hand was raised.
No, that's fine. Adam just asked what I was going to ask.
Excellent. I'll move on to Brendan Gulick.
Hey, CJ, obviously the results haven't been what you're looking for here toward the end of the season, but it certainly felt like the ability to get back into the heat of the moment at the end of the game, and obviously not a great first half. I guess what I'm trying to say is there felt like there was progress today in that second half. So, how do you, even though it's a loss, how do you take that and try to use that as a building block, moving into a Big Ten tournament where now your season's on the line?
The Big Ten is a tough conference. Each and every game is different. Like you said, we play with a lot more urgency. We know you play together. We move the ball. We got shots that we wanted, and that's what we haven't done the 3 previous games. And like you said, obviously it wasn't our outcome, but, we did things better than what we've been doing in previous games. So we're just trying to grow from that, keep learning, just getting better each and every day in practice. We just got to figure it out. Going into March, like you said, is kind of that one and done mentality. So, we got to figure it out, have more sense of urgency. We got to be better at finishing games.
Next up, Spencer Holbrook.
CJ, how do you contextualize the end of this season here? Because you guys didn't seem to play badly today from at least what I watched. And you guys have played some really good teams down the stretch. And it seems like you're not playing bad basketball. You just haven't been able to win games. So how do you really put this into perspective going into the postseason play now?
It's most definitely tough, especially, you're going to practice preparing each and every day, going as hard as possible. You never go into a game trying to lose. So it's just frustrating. So, like I said, we just got to figure some things out in film. We just got to turn it over in March. We got to figure it out and going into the Big Ten Conference tournament. We just got to get better each and every day. And just take it day by day, little by little, just try to get better.
Okay, I got time for a couple more with CJ here. We'll do Patrick Murphy.
CJ, when we talked to you guys after the last game, there was a lot of talk about the offense struggling because of fatigue and having a week off. And I know you talked a lot about progress made, but even early on, it felt like the same stuff. When you look back at this, what isn't clicking offensively that maybe was when you guys were really rolling here a month or so?
I wouldn't say it's not clicking. We just got to make them one more pass, or we just got to make shots that we usually take, and we just got to be confident once we shoot them. I wouldn't say anything is not clicking. Like I said, maybe just a one more pass, or just being more aggressive, time and score, and just being unselfish. I just feel like we just got to get back to the little things. I don't think it's anything major. Obviously, like I said, it's more defensive, more than offensive for our team, and we just got to get better. So.
And you mentioned on your speech out on the – sorry.
Go ahead, Patrick. My fault.
CJ, you just mentioned you guys have a lot of work to do when you were out here on the court. Kyle said the same thing. What does this next few days look like for you guys in terms of getting ready for Thursday and the tournament run?
Just preparation. I don't know who we're playing yet or anything like that. I think we got the first round bye, I think. So just going into practice, worrying about ourselves, just getting better defensively, staying connected, and figuring out a way just to do the little things like I've been mentioning, just to get better and being more consistent. We're just finding a way to finish games. I feel like we were in the game the whole time. We just got to figure out a way to finish, make baskets and, get the stops that we need.
Last one here for CJ, Sean Dunnigan from WBNS.
CJ just answered my question.
Excellent. Thank you, CJ.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, can we get permission to record, please? Thank you.
Okay, first up for Kyle Young, Adam Jardy, dispatch.
Kyle, obviously a tough one for you guys. You're up 68-64. You guys missed your last 10 shots. What did you see go wrong in those last 3 minutes or so?
There was a few times we were getting good looks. We were trying to play through the paint, just get the team's best shot. Just stuff wasn't falling for us. We wanted to try to be more forceful, get inside and play inside out, but we weren't able to do that, and we got open shots, but they just weren't falling.
Dwayne looked pretty upset after the game. Didn't look like he was really talking to anybody, and obviously he missed a number of those shots late. Did he say anything to you guys or to you, or is there any sort of conversation there about him?
No, it's a team effort, 100%. So we just need to look at what we need to improve on, these next few days and get back to work.
Next up for Kyle Young, Brendan Gulick.
Hey, Kyle, I was hoping you could just kind of walk us through the emotions of senior day and how you try to compartmentalize all of that and recognize that, you're trying to lock in and play a game, but recognize that, it could be your last home game, depending on what you make your decision.
Yeah, it's tough. I've been thinking about this day for a while, and I wasn't quite sure how I'd feel. I knew there'd be a lot of emotion. It's a lot of happiness, but it definitely hit me being here today. Not really knowing what my future holds yet. Just thinking about all the memories I've created here. The great people I've met, great teammates, coaches, everyone. So it's hard, not to think about all that, as you're trying to get ready for the game, but you try to focus in as much as possible and be ready to compete. So, I think we competed. We just couldn't come up on top today.
And the fact that you guys are now the number 5 seed in the tournament this coming week, whether you are going to end up being a 5 seed or a top 4 seed, would your preparation schedule this week have changed either way, knowing you would play either Thursday or Friday?
I'm not quite sure. Looking ahead right now, we need to just, take a quick look at this game, see what we need to improve on. And then moving forward these next few days, coaches are going to get us ready, prep us for this next week.
And real quick, how healthy do you feel after having basically the first real bye week of the season without a midweek game?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. The body's been holding up. We've been having great practices, putting in good work. So, my body feels good. I just gotta, we gotta get some rest now while we can. And, we're back to hitting it here this week.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah. Next up, Spencer Holbrook.
Kyle, when you look at the way you guys have been playing, it doesn't seem like you guys are playing very badly, but you have a really tough stretch here to close out the regular season. How do you put this into context and know that you might not be playing bad, you're just not winning games?
I think you said it there. It has been disappointing. We haven't gotten the outcomes we wanted. But, I think we saw some things today, that showed some upside, just a sense of urgency, playing tougher today, maybe getting what we wanted more on the offensive end and then, getting tough stops on the defensive end. So, I think there's some good things we can take away from this game, but there's also, some things we still need to look at. And, we'll be able to look at this week.
Next, Patrick Murphy.
Kyle, you just talked about there are some positives and also some negatives to take from this. offensively, you guys did get some stuff going, but there were also the lulls first half, end of the game. What isn't happening during those stretches that you guys are getting at other points and we're getting earlier in the season?
I think it's just being, tough enough to get our team's best shot. Great ball movement, poise, whatever that may be to get our team's best shot, and convert because, even then that'll lead to the defensive end. Defensively, we want to be the tougher team, get 50-50 balls, and set the tone. So, I didn't think we did that, 100% of the time. So I think maybe in those areas, that was what was lacking.
Have any other questions for Kyle? I only see a couple the 4 hands raised. I know some folks are, it's not working. So just want to check. Do you have one more, Adam? Go ahead.
Kyle, one more thing about the defense. They were like 11 of 15 on layups in the first half, and you guys seem to do a better job of cutting that off in the second half. What was the adjustment that you guys made?
We came into halftime and, we saw what they were shooting, percentage-wise. So, that was something we had to focus on, and, it was an area we had to take pride in. We just tried to come out and play harder. They were getting, way too many easy layups in the first half, whether that was just from, throwing it in the post or, easier drives to the rim. So, we just know we had to step it up defensively and bring more intensity, and, credit to them for playing well, but we needed to play harder for sure.
Okay, Kyle, thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
Yep, thank you.
We'll have Coach next, everyone. Okay, Coach, you can go ahead and start with the opening statement if you'd like, and then we'll go to questions.
Yeah, give them credit. Give them credit. I thought they made a few more plays down the stretch. Hard-fought game, but they give Illinois credit. Thought we defended better in the second half, certainly than the first half. Just didn't make enough plays there late.
We'll go to Adam Jardy here to lead off the questions.
Chris, like you said, not enough plays there late. You're up 68-64. You missed your last 10 shots. Dwayne had 5 of them. Some of them seemed forced. What did you see there, I guess, your shot selection in the last 3 minutes?
Yeah, he forced a couple. The other, I think he had a couple clean ones, but, he's got to play with more poise in those situations. And he will. I thought he played with really good poise throughout the game. But we got to help him with that. He's got to make better decisions there late.
And during the speeches and things like that, I don't want to read too much into things, but he stood about 15 feet away from everybody. It looked like he couldn't talk to anyone. Did you have any conversations with him yet, or have you addressed it all with him? Just, I guess, how he comes out of a game like this?
Oh no, he's fine. He just was disappointed. He wanted to win for his seniors. No, He loves his seniors. Loves his seniors. He was disappointed. I don't know what reaction you want a young man to make right after the game, when he loves CJ. He loves Kyle. I think probably that was part of it. He was so emotional because he wanted it so bad for those guys.
Thank you.
Next. Nope. Sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
I said thank you.
We'll stick with the dispatch here with Rob Aller. Next question.
Hey, Chris, you guys have been so good closing out most of the season, and then it's been a little bit of a struggle here of late. When do you start to get concerned that it becomes a mental thing, a confidence thing late, or is that not a concern?
I think you always think about that. I thought Kyle's look was a really clean one. He made that one, say, against Iowa at Iowa. Just missed it here today. But, I think the quality of shot is what we're looking at, Rob. And I thought we had, okay quality with a couple possessions. Other possessions, I thought we had good quality. We just missed them. But, I think, again, we pressed a couple of those possessions. We pressed and didn't play with enough poise there late. But other possessions we did. We just didn't convert.
These guys are 18, 19, whatever, 20 years old. They bounce back pretty good. But how do you keep them buoyant beyond that with this little streak here?
Yeah, I think you just focus on the task at hand, improving, growing. We're going to have a really big time challenge, our first game in the Big Ten tournament. I think you just focus on as much as better. Take some of the positives that came out of today, and I think there definitely were some positives that came out of today. Disappointed, as disappointed as these guys are, but I think there were some positives that came out of today. And, move forward.
Next, we'll move over to Bill Landis. Bill?
Chris, with a guy like Dwayne, who's always, I guess more often than not, going to have the ball in his hands in late game situations, how do you get him to strike a balance between, being himself, which is an aggressive, confident guy, and looking to play make more? Because there were stretches in the second half where he was finding guys. I think he had 6 assists. He looked like a really dynamic kind of playmaker for you. And then in the last 4, it just looked like he was trying to force his.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I thought he had some really, really good decisions. I think we just, we got to keep teaching him. We got to keep teaching him. He just got to play with more poise, make better decisions there late, because the ball is going to continue to be in his hands. We just got to keep teaching. He's a willing learner. I thought, collectively we had poor ball screen defense there against IO late. And I think some of that was affected by our offensive, a couple guys disappointed about their decision making. Obviously these guys wanted the game, but I think just keep teaching Dwayne those situations where he's got to read the game and read the game better. But you're right. I thought his decision making at parts of the game was really good.
And it seemed, I know you're probably not happy with him fouling out, but aside from that, it seemed like Justice was fairly assertive today, more assertive than he has been in the last few games. And I know with his versatility, it seems like a guy you have to get going here as you get into March. What did you think of the way he played?
I thought he was active, active on the glass. I thought he did some really good things.
Next up, Stephen Means.
Coach, just to follow up on Justice, obviously he had a solid game today, and he's had some other, solid games this year, especially against some of the better opponents on your guys' schedule. How do you get that to be more consistent now that you're in a situation where it is win or go home from the beginning going forward?
Yeah, just focus on his, playing to his strengths, He is battling this groin injury that has limited his practice significantly. So I think getting him healthy and then just get him playing to his strengths. Again, I thought he did some good things today. I thought his effort on the glass was really good. Defensively, I think he can continue to grow, but just keep focus on him doing what he does and doing it well.
Then 3 of these last 4 losses outside that Iowa game where the offense just wasn't there have pretty much come down to this last 4 or 5 minute stretch, and things kind of went haywire for you guys in each of those games. How do you improve in that area? How do you kind of learn from those 3 games and kind of apply it going into the tournament here?
Yeah, we just got to keep teaching, got to keep working on it, got to keep teaching, got to learn. And guys got to make better decisions. Some of it comes down to making shots. They make an open 3, we miss an open 3. Some of that's, that's basketball.
Next up here for a question, Brendan Gulick.
Hey, Chris, it felt like the second half there was a different mentality around trying to drive at Kofi Coburn. I know he didn't have a foul in the first half. He picked up 4 fouls in about 12 minutes in the second half. Was that just a product of the way you were playing, or was that an emphasis that you guys made in the locker room saying, hey, we got to try to drive at this guy and get him off the floor?
No, I think we were just trying to be more assertive offensively. I think we were trying to be more assertive and attack in better situations and some ball screen situations. I think our guys did a good job of that.
And how about with the schedule this week, whether or not you were going to play Thursday or Friday, was your preparation schedule to get ready for the Big Ten tournament going to be the same, going to be different based on when you would start playing? Do you have any idea about that?
Yeah. I mean, we'll I believe right now we're playing on Thursday, so we'll plan the week accordingly.
Patrick Murphy, next.
Chris, I know we talked a lot the past week or so about the offense and getting that back going. Tonight you had some times when you guys struggled and went scoreless for a while, and then you made some runs as well. What are the positives and negatives that you take out of this offensively with what you guys were able to do after a week off to work on things?
Yeah, we're certainly better than we were against Iowa, but I just think we got to keep getting better in certain areas. We were too slow to a couple loose balls. Again, I didn't think we played with, the necessary poise there late. But there's some really good things that came out of the game, some really good moments. Some guys did some really good things. I thought our effort in certain areas was much better. We looked fresher. But we'll evaluate all those things and have a great film session and get back to work.
And I know you talked about Justin when we talked to you the other day of getting him open and whatnot, but is there something to him just needing to take some of the shots? It seemed at times today he passed up a couple that maybe were contested, but he was taking, a month or so ago.
Yeah, no, I don't think I saw the same thing. I thought he had some, I thought he was aggressive. As a matter of fact, I thought probably one he could have late there. I thought he played with necessary aggressiveness, and guys did a good job screening to get him open. I've got no fault with. I think he was 2 of 7. I think one of them probably he could have fed there late to EJ. That probably would have been a better decision there late, but I liked his aggressiveness.
Next up, Keaton. I apologize if I mispronounced your last name here. Keaton Maizano.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Coach, just going into this stretch, this 4-game stretch, you kind of talked about how you'd learn about your team's maturity, their poise throughout this. Just kind of what have you learned despite the losing streak? Have you seen any positives from your team, negatives? Just what have you taken from this streak?
I'm not really looking at anything in terms of the streak. I just think we're trying to get better from one game to the next. So I would say that, we learned from the Iowa game. We were better today, and we got to learn from today and keep moving forward into next week. The schedule is what it is. We're trying to take from one game to one practice, get better and move forward.
And then I want to ask you about the student section. There were 7 seniors there today. They said they reached out, wanted to be able to go there. Just anything you can tell about kind of the process of getting there, and then also what it was like to have a whole season without having the Nut House.
Yeah,
there.
we just loved having them there. I saw him right before tip. David Egelhoff pointed him out. I love those guys, and those guys have been, the Nut House, we've desperately missed him, particularly in these last 3 home games. I'm sure that's across the country, but we've desperately missed him. So I loved seeing him there. I know our players are too. We're so grateful that they've, took the initiative to get over here. It means a lot to them. We love the Nut House. We appreciate them. Love those seniors that have committed a lot of their, time throughout their college careers to come over here and support us and give great energy. And we're just really appreciative of them. So I wanted to go hug every one of them. Just couldn't do that. They were up there pretty high.
Thanks.
We'll take a couple more here. Go to Colin Hasshill, and then we'll have Rob Aller with the follow-up.
Chris, CJ really came on in the second half in a big way for you guys. And then I think after he made that 3 with a little under 4, I think he went a little over 3 minutes without a shot. And that was when you guys were really struggling offensively. When you look back on it, when you reflect on it, do you wish that you got more looks from him late in the game?
Yeah, I think we missed him a couple times on some actions we were geared to running. We ran 2 actions to him. They made it difficult for him to catch it. We got to get him the ball there.
You've talked after wins sometimes this season about the need to learn from games, no matter what the result is. Do you feel good after this game that you will be able to learn from what you need, what didn't go wrong in this game, and take it into tournament play?
Yeah, I hope so. Again, I thought we did some good things, but there were some plays that we've just got to get better with. I just think we stopped on a loose ball situation there in the middle of. We didn't play through the whistle. There are just some things where we can be better. But we did some really good things, and hopefully we can dissect and look at the things where we have to do better and learn from them.
And Rob, go ahead.
Chris, you're talking about poise, you're talking about decision-making, we're talking about learning. Is it a bit of a head scratcher? You've done this a long time. Is this a bit of a head scratcher that the poise isn't there and that the decision-making isn't there when it was earlier in the season? In other words, these guys, do they need to keep relearning, or what's happened?
No, I just think it's, I think that's an ongoing process for us. I think we came into the season kind of questioning how we were going to be in those moments, and we've done a really good job in some moments. And honestly, we probably won some games where we weren't always great with that. But I thought we had really good decision making, from like the 10-minute mark to the 3-minute mark. And then we had some good decisions there late. Again, we had some good, clean looks, but I think it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. I think it's not just for Dwayne. I think that's a thing you're constantly working on. We're playing, we played a good defense against a good defense, and we've just got to be more committed to getting the ball where we need to get to it. But again, we're probably having a different conversation if Dwayne makes that 3 coming to his left. That's a pretty clean look. It's a clean look. Do I have a problem with that? I think it was a pretty clean look. Do I have a problem with Kyle's look? Not really. Again, I thought we missed EJ a couple times there, and then they really collapsed on him when we did get him the ball. But you make 1 or 2 of those, it's a different deal.
Adam, I saw your hand refresh there. You all set, or did you have another question?
Yeah, I just had one more follow-up about EJ. Because obviously it took him a little while to get going. I know he's had success against these guys. How did they maybe game plan for him differently this time? And what kind of adjustment did you see him make as the game went on to obviously be more effective in the second half?
Yeah, I don't know if it was much adjustment as much as, they were just physical with him. They took away his spot. And he honestly missed some clean looks that he made in the second half. I think that was a little bit more. We put him in a few different situations, but some of it was he missed some clean looks that he made there in the second half.
Okay, we all set, everyone? Okay, thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time.